Hello, fellow freelancers. Today I am talking to you with very long hair. I really need a haircut. I'm going for my 2020. This is a 2020 fashion at this point. I mean, what are you going to do? Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about a certain question that I've received multiple times. I think I've received, I know I've received it on this channel and in my course, and I keep receiving it all the time, I feel like. So I kind of wanted to do this video so from now on I can just redirect people to this video in order to address this because it seems to be something that's pervasive and that a lot of people have. And that has to do with degrees and whether someone should get a translation degree. And so I wanted to address this in, well, a couple different ways. First of all, I should say my experience has mostly been in Europe and the US. And from what I've seen from my experience, it seems like in Europe it's a lot more common to have a translation degree. I've noticed a lot of translators will have a degree in Europe. In the US, it's a lot less common. And in fact, in Europe, I've even talked to, I know one person even told me, he's like, how can you take a translator seriously if they don't have a translation degree? Like it's thought like you have to have a translation degree many times. While, yeah, like I said, in my experience, I think almost all the translators I've talked to in the US, none of them have a translation degree. And so anyway, the question I get asked is, should I get a translation degree? And usually the people who ask me this are people who are studying and they're going to study something and they're wondering if they should study translation or something else, or people thinking about going back and getting a degree and wondering if they should get a degree in translation or something else. And my advice is usually pretty much always, I think every time people have asked me, in accordance with their specific situation, my advice has always been to study something else rather than translation. And the main reason for this is, well, there are a couple reasons for this actually. And but one reason I believe is that I've been in the shoes of someone who is hiring translators. Right now I have an agency and I hire translators. So if I have two translators I have to choose from and everything else is the same with them, but I need them for a legal translation, let's say, and one of them got a degree in translation, the other one got a law degree, I'm going to choose the person with the law degree. That's, I just feel safer that way. And the thing is, my impression at least, I don't have a degree in translation. So, by the way, if anyone tells you, oh, you need a degree in translation to get taken seriously, I don't have a degree in translation. And some people at least take me seriously. So that's absolutely not the case. But even more so than that is when I'm hiring someone and they have a degree in translation, I get the feeling that they've studied quite a bit of the theory and they've probably done quite a bit of practice, but it's been practice all over the board. And and then maybe they got some certification or something like that, which is fine, which is probably good for them in terms of they got experience in a lot of different types of translation. On the other hand, if I'm looking for someone to do a legal translation, I only care about that type of translation. And someone who has a law degree is going to understand it that much more. Even so, they know when a certain clause pertains to this situation and that, they know exactly what it means and exactly what it pertains to. And even if they don't know the exact translation, they know what to look for. And once they found it, they know it when they see it. And I really feel like they have this grasp of the law that I just trust more, quite frankly. And I think I'm not the only one. I think it's quite common for people to have this. And so I do think that if you have a choice, it's good to study whatever your specialization is rather than translation. So if you're thinking of getting a translation degree or a law degree, get a law degree. Again, usually. Another thing, and there's several reasons for this. That's one reason. Another reason is, say you're wondering if you should get a translation degree, or it doesn't have to be law, say, in business, right? And then if you want to do business translations, then I think it's better to have a business degree. But then if you decide you don't want to do translations and you just want to get into business, you can still do that with a business degree. Now, you could say, oh, well, with a translation degree, you can get into other types of translation. And that's true, I guess. But I still feel like it's better to get the degree in your specialization rather than in your translation. Now, look, this means that you're going to have to focus on different things later. You're going to have to get a whole lot of experience. And that's the main thing. And I think the main benefit, like the theory is very good actually. And I wish I'd know more theory. In fact, I find the theory really interesting. I buy books to read in my spare time about translation theory. I really like it. But the practice is what's really needed in order to be a good translator. So just because you're bilingual and you have a law degree or a business degree or whatever degree it might be, it doesn't make you a translator. You need that experience. But by the same token, just because you studied theory and you got your translation degree doesn't mean you have experience either. And usually when you take the course, they make you do translation after translation after translation. So you do get quite a bit of experience. So you're going to have to get that on your own if you get a degree in something else. And there are various ways to go about this, obviously, but finding a way to get experience isn't hard. Just find something to translate and translate it, you know. I might do another video because I do have some recommendations I make when trying to practice. But yeah, that's basically it. I feel if you do have the choice to have one or the other, and everything else being equal, go for the specialization. I think it will give you more reward in the long term, quite frankly. Now, I mean, and look, there are varying degrees about this, because the person who gets the law degree, then do they go directly into translation, or have they worked as a paralegal or something after that? Is this degree undergrad or is it grad school? You know, and then again, the experience that you get for your translation is the most important thing. Sorry, it's quite loud outside. There's a leaf blower. I hate leaf blowers. They're so loud, and they don't do anything. They just move leaves from this side of the street to the other side of the street. So later on, the other side of the street is going to be doing the same thing. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me. Here, let's do this so I'm a bit, because I don't know how long that guy's going to take. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. And so feel free to let me know if you disagree, because I'd be interested in hearing other points of view. I do think, obviously, if you have a translation degree, it's not wasted by any means. In fact, it's I think it can be very important, but I think it would help if you can show you have more experience in whatever your specialization is, in addition to your translation degree, and that could really be the kicker to push it. Because yeah, the experience in your specialization is very important, at least for people who are looking for serious translators, I believe is the case. So yeah, feel free to let me know what you think, if you agree, if you disagree, or what your thoughts are in this situation, because I'd be curious to hear what your experience and what your thoughts are in this situation. And otherwise, that is pretty much it, and I will talk to you next time. Okay, thanks, bye. Savedum.